Howell Y is known to be the hotspot for trains in Atlanta, with traffic coming from and through Norfolk Southern's Inman Yard and the CSX Atlanta Terminal, with Howell Yard behind the trees. CSX crosses the NS Greenville line at Howell Tower, and the Y to the yard almost is barely shown between Top Slide and Huff Road. Terrence and I needed to get out as the weather was perfect for the weekend. The day starts with NS Train 291 coming out of Inman Yard heading for Jacksonville with a -9 40CW on the point. NS 221 gets permission from CSX to cross at Howell Tower off the Greenville line, entering its termination point at Inman Yard. A Canadian Pacific AC-44CW is seen leading, sounding off its Canadian-tuned K5H at the private crossing just to the north. Seeing CP units leading mainline intermodal trains aren't common to see around here. .221 brings in a wide variety of cargo that will be assigned to different trains. Seen up front is a small set of international containers bound for Atlanta. Right behind it is a long stretch of JB Hunt and Swift containers, which will eventually go north and west on NS 265 for the BNSF in Los Angeles. Behind that is a mix of Hub Group and EMP containers that will more than likely go on 23E for the KCS in Dallas. And finally, the last mix of containers could be any possibility. Some for Atlanta, some for areas in the north or the Midwest, or down south to Savannah or Jacksonville. About 35 minutes later, NS 238 is seen departing Inman Yard as the journey begins to the East Coast in Charleston, South Carolina. It was led by a Union Pacific ET-45AH, one of the Tier 4 engines in the UP fleet. The first CSX train shows up for us with Q142 as they pull towards Pine Street for the crew swap. You can see yard local Y121 working the Sandrock facility unloading sand hoppers located just outside of Howell Yard. CSX A717 is seen returning from Palmer Yard in Dacula as they pull high towards top of slide, where they will shove their cars back into Howell Yard. NS 230 now comes around the curve entering Inman, with more UP power in the mix out of Jacksonville. CSX local crew Y231 brings train QO28 out of Hulsey Yard to Pine Street for the outbound crew to take towards Chattanooga, powered by a pair of AC-44CWs. As Y231 comes to a stop at Pine Street, you can see the tail end of the train just a few cars over the diamond across the NS. They were just about a mile and a half long. Terrence and I decided to hit the northern part of the Atlanta Terminal subdivision between Smyrna and Marietta to end our night. We first catch QO28 after the crew swap, passing by the Smyrna depot. We moved about a railroad mile north to the Milepost OWNA 15.9 intermediate signals. Q583 is stopped on track 2, waiting for Q143 to pass them heading south, being they have higher priority. Q583 sat at Smyrna a little while longer while still waiting on a route before entering Tilford. Terrence and I bypassed and went to Marietta Square to have dinner. No other train showed till around 21:30. Northbound loaded phosphate train K854 out of Mulberry, Florida passes through the square with CSX T758 leading and a CP Givo third in consist. We catch them at the Kennesaw Avenue grade crossing. It was a nice half day to be trackside as the spring weather was kicking in. Be sure to check out my friend Terrence's channel, linked below in the description. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And please subscribe and hit that notification bell as well for updates on all new video content with my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, so long from Marietta Square at the Kennesaw Avenue grade crossing along the CSX Atlanta Terminal Subdivision.